kitchen. It is just lovely to have you here, and I'm really buzzy and excited because outside the sun is shining and the tulips are doing a thing, so my garden's looking really organised and tidy, and it's filling with my joy, and we've got flowers and lovely blossom coming in, so it's all good. And tomorrow for me is going to be a lovely day. I'll see all my family, and it's all good. So today it's about survival, and I just thought it would be a really good idea to just chat through drinks, because I think this is easily where we get a missing link. And I've listened to the most amazing podcast this week. It's not a repetition, well, it is a sort of repetition, but on the Feel Better, Live More podcast, Andy Ramsey was talking to Dr. Chatterjee, and it was a real, not a awakening because I've heard it before, but it was a really good refresher. And I just think these podcasts are amazing. If you're on car journeys, if you're commuting on the train, if you are walking your dog, if you're finding a time in the week to just have a little top up, I just think it's amazing because we just all need refreshers, reminding. So anyway, that's I'll talk more about that later on. But anyway, I've made myself some real coffee this morning because it's the Easter weekend and we get to do things differently. And we had fish pie last night with Mum. We didn't make it to church, but that was my choice. Sadly, I just wanted a nice cosy evening with fish pie and doing simple things. But, you know, garden day today, putting on seeds. All my seeds are growing really well. I'm going to have to do some video footage. I'm not sure I'm keeping you up, but that is what's going on. So, drinks. Now, these are some tools for you. So I've got out a tray here of things to drink out of. And I think that is the first thing that I want to impress upon you. You must have beautiful glasses to drink out of, because I'm talking about drinks at festive occasions. Tonight we're going out for dinner with really good friends, and I've always enjoyed drinking champagne with them, and it's a special weekend. I know my husband's put in the fridge, but the reality is that I do not want to drink tonight. I don't want to drink because I'm not drunk for a few weeks now. I hardly drink at all. But having listened to Andy Ramsey and his 90 days kind of reset, I just think, you know, I love it when I wake up fresh in the morning. I love it when I have a day full of activity. I love it when I have brain clarity. I love all those things. And if I drink tonight, you know, for me, it's that sugar thing. It's the sugar and alcohol. It just opens the can of worms. And there'll be no stopping me, and I'll have a lovely time. But tomorrow morning, I will regret it. And tomorrow morning is when all my family come home. We've got a family event in the evening, and I want to be alert and, you know, on it with them. So anyway, here we go. Now, number one, let's start with a wine glass, okay? Now, actually, some of these cubes are left over from, dare I say it, several months ago. I think it was my kids' New Year's Eve dinner party. But my daughter had made up these lovely ice cubes with cranberries and orange. So there's a Christmas theme, and I've still got them left. So what I want you to do is get yourself an ice cube tray, and then go and have a rummage in your fruit bowl, and dare I say at the garden here. And I've got some fresh mint leaves, and I'm going to use those, and I'm just going to chop them up. Well, actually, I'm going to do a sort of julienne. So I'm piling the leaves together, well, ish, depends on the shape of the leaves. And then I'm going to just finely slice them, shred them in fact, and then I'll just scatter them all over the top of that tray. And then the idea is being that the lovely flavour of the mint will go into the water as they freeze. So I can do that. The other thing, you know, you want to be able to do these things with speed. You don't want things to be a blockage. I'm just keeping an eye here because I really wanted, if anyone joined this morning, I really wanted to be able to let them in. So I'll just do a refresher just in case anybody needs to come in. So then look, this is a bag of mixed berries. So look, it's got giant strawberries. Well, just get a whole handful and sprinkle it along the tray, okay? Strawberries, so it's got currants, berries, blueberries, you know, raspberries. So do that, okay? The strawberries are a bit big, but hey, that doesn't matter, does it? Right. So that is a really easy way. Cover it with water, stick it in the freezer, job done. So I will do that just after we finish. So that's the first thing. You're going to have your lovely, lovely water. Now, I have got a soda stream, and I have to say, I know they're sort of old-fashioned, but they've come in excited when she hears the, dare I say, the rude noise that these things make. But I wanted to talk to you here about water and plastic bottles and endocrine disruptors, okay? Plastic. We're all, I think, aware of plastics. So I'm just saying that when you buy mineral water that's been in bottles in the supermarket, you are exposing yourself. And I just want to just sort of open the door to just for you to think about different areas of your life where you might be getting overexposure to these plastics which mess with our hormones. So if you have a soda stream, you can make instant fizzy water. I've got a filter on my tap. There's all sorts of stuff down the line we'll talk about in terms of water and chemicals. I have a filter. So at least I'm getting water fresh from the tap. It goes in the plastic bottle. We will then make it keep going till it's rude. There we go. Then when it makes a rude noise, the job is done. And then you've got your fizzy water and then you just can enjoy it. So there's no time that is left in the bottle, you know, for it to absorb anything from the plastic, okay? So really, really go the old way. Anyway, so that for me is a really, really good starting point for evening drinks. You know, if my husband says, well, I like a drink, I went, yes, I would like, and he now knows, I would like a wine glass with fancy ice cubes in it and fizzy water. For me, that feels really special and I don't feel I'm missing out and I feel like I'm part of the party. For me, the worst thing is being given a soft drink in a tumbler or a highball glass. I hate that personally. So that's number one. Then we have my gorgeous kombucha cocktail glasses here. So I've got two glasses here. I've got a sort of lovely gin goblet and I've got a cocktail glass. And what I love with those ones is to do a really fun cocktail. So what I have here is my blender. So you need a blender, and I've got here kombucha. So I love kombucha. It's really, really widely available. You can also get something called water kefir. There's a company called Agua de Madre. So again, these are drinks with natural probiotics in. They're going to kill the sugar cravings in your gut, great for gut health. You know, just you don't need more than one a day. But these are all amazing things for your health. If you've followed me for years, you'll know that I do this at Christmas with cranberries, and I used to put a little bit of honey in it, but not anymore. So back those, and with the Easter one, let's have raspberry. Oh, those are blueberries. Oh, we'll have a blueberry cocktail. Do you know what? I don't think we're going to have a blueberry cocktail there because actually we need the tartness of raspberries, and I like raspberries because they have. Well, actually now it's going to be strawberries. But raspberries, they've got a really great amount of fibre in them. Did you know that? I found a couple of raspberries in there. We can stick them in. Blackberries. Anyway, so let's get those in there. You could add a little bit of lime, but I don't think so. But I have got all this lovely mint, so I'm going to pop some fresh mint in there, and that will be delicious. So let's make a fabulous cocktail. And something again that's going to look really exciting. Do you know what? I think I've got a treat for that already. Here we go. There you go, darling. I was at the ready today. Right. This at a party, if I were with friends, I would just feel really, really happy. So look, here we go. Lovely, lovely fizzy cocktail, beautiful cocktail glass. Thank you, eldest son, for providing me with those many years ago. And then we can just, you know, we can just float a few mint leaves on the top, and you know, what's your uncle? So cheers, cheers. So I've got drink number 2 there. Are those still on camera? Very good. Now I've got another glass here, but I've also got a smoothie jar. And I thought we would do a smoothie because, right, there's a bit more in there. I'm going to fill that up. Oop. Fill up that glass at the very top. Because, for me, I find it really difficult to have smoothies during the winter because for me it's too cold. And I like warm things on my tea towel spot. Okay, so we're going to, Ivy, you can have another one in a minute. Here you go, I'm going to give her, There we go. Better wash my hands, haven't I? So I, just have to, in the winter, go down, hot drinks and hot soups and things like that. But for summer, my garden's looking amazing, and I'm like, do you know what? It's time for a smoothie. So this is just such an old classic for me, but I wanted to talk to you and put it a bit more in context of how to enjoy a smoothie properly. So the first thing is, when you make a smoothie, this is part of a meal, I'm going to say first of all, as opposed to a whole meal. If you're making a smoothie that is your breakfast or your brunch or your meal replacement, then we have to look at it with completely different eyes. So that is not what this particular one's for, because it's part of a meal. But first of all, I'm going to use a whole orange, and I was cooking yesterday and I took the zest off. Actually, while I'm just cutting all the zest off this, I can see yesterday was the first pickings of rhubarb, and I want you to note this down. I used to think that you had to cook rhubarb with so much sugar, otherwise it just wasn't palatable. But it's so not true. It is so not true. I picked this beautiful rhubarb. It'll probably come out in my Instagram stories today. So pretty. I just cut it into chunks on the anvil, because I'm a professional chef, and you always do that because it looks better. And then I put them in a roasting tin, so 2-inch slices, roasting tin. I sprinkled over some ground ginger. I grated some orange zest on my microplane, and I roasted it in a hot oven for 10 minutes until they're just tender. Absolutely perfect. Then you can have it for breakfast, for pudding, or whatever. We just had it with some, I think just some cream yesterday. It was only small, tiny amounts, but rhubarb is right there now, and it's amazing. Okay, so orange. So whole orange is going in. Now, creaminess, bananas. I talked about last week, I don't eat bananas. So first of all, we're going to use half a banana, and I don't know whether you can see, but this is only just starting to yellow. They're organic bananas, this one. So just using half a banana, okay? And that is going to be more than enough to make it creamy. I am going to use some spinach. So I've been into the garden and I'm going to rummage, and I've got that organised. Then I am looking for my mint, because the mint is really lovely in this, and I've got it. It's really lovely because it's growing really fast. And then some lime. Now, if I had organic limes, I'd probably put the whole thing in, but these aren't. So I'm going to just, again, take the zest off and put the whole thing in with, just the outer zest coming off, but then just the whole lime, just very much as I did the orange. No, it's not your turn yet. So you see here, what I've got is all the fibre going into the smoothie, which is really important for digestion and health, okay? So, what else do I need? I feel I need some ice cubes in here, and I've got a couple of these left over with orange, so we'll pop those in. So the ice cubes will keep it nice and cool and break it down, and hopefully make it the right consistency. Now, Ivy, you are just going to have one more in a moment. Are we ready? Let's just turn it on. Okay, last one. Off you go. Right. Enough's enough. I think she's going to get a treat every few seconds now, but that's just not how it's going to be. Okay, look, right, let's clear up this mess that I've created here. And, oh, I wonder whether you guys have got some coffee. So I know that when I drink full fat, as I'm going to call it, coffee, with caffeine, really good quality, I know that that is a real treat, and it's going to relax the defences, and it will push my blood sugar up and those things. so these are things to wear off. However, it's Easter, isn't it? And I always tell you I am not perfect. So I've got that and that's lovely. Right, let's taste this smoothie. So remember, it's so important to taste things. So important to taste things all the time. And when you're trying to incorporate green into your smoothies, that is where the sort of sweetness of the fruit comes in to balance it out. So I've got a green smoothie, but I'd rather you think that the green was from the mint, from the spinach. So that is my goal, to taste this and make sure that it is... Oh gosh, I've got it in one. Fabulous, right. So there we go. So taste and adjust as need be. Make sure that it's drinking consistency. Let's see, there's a little bit more in there. Let me get a spatula. Don't want to leave anything behind. So to do this, you need, as I say, I have my lovely my lovely Vitamix or NutriBullet is the one thing. You want to have a machine which will really blend. It's got a powerful engine and blade that will really power up and blend your fruits into smooth consistency. Otherwise, it is no fun at all. Really no fun at all. Okie doke. So I've got this lovely little jar now, so I can enjoy that this morning. Now, that is a smoothie full of fruit, okay? And it's not helpful for our blood sugar levels to just eat that amount of fruit straight away. Now, I know it's got spinach in it, so that is helpful. By the way, I'm going to clean my blender because at the moment, all the smoothie on it is just wet. And if I just stick it in and rinse it, it'll come straight out and the job will be done. Here we go. So, there we go. Nearly done. Super. So the last part I just really wanted to chat about is, what am I going to have with my smoothie? Well, it is Easter, isn't it? So we are going to have boiled eggs. I do love this. I don't know if you've got a cupboard full of really wacky and fun family inherited egg cups. I have, and they make me smile. I just think of the kids when they were little, and do you know, it was amazing. The Easter bunny always came every year, and there was always something just outside on the window on the decks there, and the kids, it was just amazing how that happened. So what I've got here is I've got a pan to the side which is just now boiling, and I'm going to do boiled eggs, and then we're going to do boiled eggs and soldiers in the freezer. I have got my, made earlier sliced Dr. Myhill nut and seed loaf that's just going to go straight in the toaster. So my eggs, who knows how long it takes to boil an egg? Well, I mean, I can't give you an answer because how big is your egg and how cold is your egg? So, it's somewhere between 4 and 6 minutes, and you have to decide what's right to you to get the nice firm white and the lovely golden runny yolk. So that is what we're going to have, that protein and fibre with the smoothie, fruit from the smoothie, and that will keep everything really, really balanced. So I think I'm just going to look at my notes here because I wanted to make sure I talked to you about everything. So yeah, Cajun cocktail, green smoothie, alcohol, ice cube, we've done that. So really, I say, do if you listen to podcasts, I really wholeheartedly recommend, and it's a long one, but going to the Feel Better Live More and listening to this episode from last week with Andy Ramsey. It is a really good insight, and it's really lovely how he explains things and his history and the changes that take place if you don't drink alcohol for 90 days. For me, it's brain health, it's clarity, and it's just my whole body is going to be, well, it is always much happier when I don't drink, and I feel bright in the mornings and I hop out of bed and it's lovely. And when I do drink, I have to accept that the next day is going to be pretty much a write-off. And for me, I'm 55, I'm going to be 56 soon, and I don't want to waste any days. I've got so much to do, really so much to do. I'm a daughter of an alcoholic, and he's no longer with us. He was an amazing, amazing man, but you know, it's in my genes, and I know that I have to be very careful. So, you know, it's worth exploring and seeing how you get on. So that's that one. And then tonight, when we go to our friends, I am going to go out this afternoon, and I'm going to go and buy some Prosecco, which is going to look like champagne, and it's going to go in a champagne glass, and it's going to tick my box. And I'll probably buy 2 bottles, and I know it's got sugar in it, but you know, it doesn't have the alcohol, and tomorrow I will feel great. So that is me. That's me. Look, everybody, have a wonderful Easter. It's time to put the eggs in, but just to say, I am, as you know, very, very human, and in this bag I have a whole host of chocolate eggs that my kids are going to get, and they're going to come out tomorrow, and we will do what the rest of the world does. They will eat too much chocolate. I will try and stick on the straight and narrow. I don't know if you saw, I made some amazing cookies last week with tahini and almond paste, almond butter, and 85% chocolate, and I will have those, and they will absolutely tick my box. So there we go. Have a wonderful weekend, and thank you for listening, and we will see you next Saturday. Okay, bye-bye.